Okay, so I wanted to talk about JP Morgan Chase again because I've done several videos. I'll link it in there. I'll go over a little bit of what I went over. So, first, I want to talk about JP Morgan Chase's morality, right? Now, they cut ties with Kanye West because his anti Semitic messages and speeches that he gave, they are so above it all because they are a moral authority and everyone should be like them, right? So this article says JP Morgan Chase, the largest bank in the United States, agreed to pay a record $920 million to settle charges that it engaged in manipulative trades of future ties to precious metals and treasury bonds. The Commodity Futures Trade Commission said in a statement that JP Morgan Chase was involved in deceptive conduct over a period of at least 8 years that included hundreds of thousands of so-called spoof trades orders that were placed and quickly canceled because they never intended to be executed, designed to fool investors. So basically, I'll rip these articles and put it in the description box so you can read it if you want to know more. But yes, they are no different than any other bank and any other company. Companies do this too. They cook the books. They make things look a certain way when they get audited. The DoD failed 5 audits. They didn't even give a damn. So yeah, that's the moral, upstanding, upright JP Morgan Chase. The ship seized 1.3 billion cocaine on, owned by JP Morgan Chase. And again, they said that, smugglers did this. They somehow had $1.3 billion in cocaine and they had the manpower or machinery to move all that. And JP Morgan is not liable for any of this. They didn't have anything to do with this at all. And it's very interesting that JP Morgan Chase reaches a $290 million settlement with Jeffrey Epstein victims.
To do with Jeffrey Epstein and J.P. Morgan. I don't know if you saw the headline cross.
Yes.
Lots of focus on that this morning. That bank making a settlement deal with some of the victims involved in that, having transferred money and done business with Jeffrey Epstein after they knew about his transgressions. Let's just call them. He had already been guilty for years, and they still did business with him for many years. And so this, for them, trying to put this behind them and get out of the headlines. We'll see whether that's the case, because I imagine there's still going to be all sorts of continuing lawsuits, not necessarily related to JP Morgan, but others that have involvement with JP Morgan. So this may not end the story just yet.
Was it a large settlement?
Unclear. We don't know the terms of the settlement just yet. Just getting news that there will be a settlement. For a very long time, it appeared that JP Morgan was trying to fight this, including depositions that Jamie Dimon, the CEO of that bank, participated in as well. Jeff Staley, who used to be CEO of Barclays, lost his job over this. So there's lots of back and forth. And when you get into some of the emails and text messages about what they knew, how much they knew, who was involved, being on the island with Jeffrey Epstein, including being on the island, potentially in hot tubs being on the island. So lots unfortunate is maybe the polite way to describe some of the activity that took place. Excuse me?
Who in the hot tub on the island?
Unclear who was if there were other people in the hot tub, but back then one of the bankers from JP Morgan had been on the island and texted that he was texting from said location. So that's not good.
Andrew Ross Sorkin, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
I will place this article in the description box if you want to read. We all know what Jeffrey Epstein was up to, and we all know about human trafficking and human trafficking. They are going after the children very hard. They want to be with children. And it's doubled. It is over $100 billion industry, trafficking. And they're going after them younger and younger, very young. And JP did business after. He said after. They're everywhere. They're in every industry. They're in suits and ties. They have families. And people within this financial sector, these banks, they were going to the islands and they were participating. It's a lot. I mean, if the deceased England queen son was there, we know priests, bankers, Wall Street investors, and the like are there. Even your dentist or teacher. So yeah, they cut ties, which honestly isn't a bad thing. Who wants to be tied to them? But there's a lot of people who still bank with them, with Kanye West, because of his comments. But they are soliciting and involved in child trafficking. People look at these wealthy people like they are just the most wonderful people. They're hard workers. They're different from the average person. Yeah, they are. They are. And you have no idea the skeletons in those closets. Your brain wouldn't want to deal with the skeletons in those closets. People delude themselves into thinking that the world is just this happy, wonderful place. It's rotten to the core. They want to be out of the media. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep doing videos on JP Morgan Chase and everything that comes out of this sick, sick case. There are places you can go where you can pay, and adults will take that transaction and give you what you want. But oh no. They want the children. Just like the people who are sending their children, I understand where they are. They feel like they're going to die. So they're sending their children over here. But they need to know what they're sending their children to. Because this is what they're sending their children to. You're sending them into the child trafficking ring here. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Let me know what you think. Do you think that 290 million is enough? Because had it been billion, I think that would have stung a little bit more. And then on top of that, not everyone who was affected is going to be compensated. I mean, it's just sick. It is sick out here. But yeah, drop that comment. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.